Hello, and Happy New Year to all my listeners. I am thrilled to bring you the third season of this podcast, What Came Up? The etymology of everyday things. As always, my focus is on exploring the fascinating histories and origins of words, phrases, and everyday objects that we use in our daily lives. From common idioms, slang, technical terms, and that common thing that you used this morning. I will delve deep into the origins behind the things and sayings that surround us every day. I also wanted to take a moment and apologize for my absence at the end of last year. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes things come up that we can't control. But I am back now, and I am ready to bring you more engaging and informative episodes. Thank you for your continued support of this podcast. I hope that you will join me on this journey as I uncover the rich and often unexpected histories of the things and phrases that shape our world. As always, I welcome your feedback and suggestions for future episodes. So sit back, relax, and let's discover together what came up. Welcome to the latest episode of What Came Up, the etymology of everyday things. I'm your host, Deej Penhollow, and today we are going to be exploring the fascinating history of the necktie and its close cousin, the bow tie. The necktie is an accessory that is worn around the neck, and it is typically associated with formal or business attire. It is a fashion staple that can only be found in the wardrobes of men and women all around the world, and I suppose dogs and babies too, if you are one of those type of people. But where did this ubiquitous accessory, where did it come from? The modern necktie can be traced back to the 17th century Croatia, where it is known as a cravat. Croatian mercenaries wore these cloths as part of their uniform, and the fashion was soon adopted by the French aristocracy. The cravat was a strip of cloth that was worn around the neck and secured with a knot that was often made from luxurious materials such as silk or linen. In addition to being a fashion accessory, the cravat was also used for practical purposes. It was believed that the cravat would keep the wearer warm in cold weather. It was also used as a sweatband to absorb perspiration. As the cravat became more popular in France, it evolved into the necktie that we know today. The necktie became a popular accessory for men's formal wear in the 19th and 20th centuries, and it was often worn with a suit and a dress shirt. The necktie was seen as a symbol of power and prestige, and it became an important part of men's business attire, as stated above. The bow tie is a variant of the necktie that is characterized by its bow-like shape, and it is often associated with black tie events, formal or black tie events, and it has a reputation for being a more playful and eccentric tie than the traditional necktie. The bow tie has a long history with roots dating back to the 17th century, and it was also originally worn by Croatian mercenaries, and it also became popular in France in the early 19th century, just like the cravat. The bow tie was also used for practical purposes such as keeping the wearer warm in cold weather. Alright. However, the necktie and the bow tie have not always been symbols of conformity. In the 1960s, both of these accessories became associated with the counterculture movement, as young people rejected traditional fashion norms and embraced more casual styles. Neckties and bow ties were seen as symbols of the establishment, and many people stopped wearing them as a form of rebellion. Today, the necktie and bow tie are still very popular accessories for formal events and business settings, but they also have gained a reputation as symbols of conformity. Some people love the look and feel of a well-made necktie and or bow tie, while others view them as stuffy and outdated fashion accessories. I, for one, just simply wanted to know why we put them on, because I thought it was a little odd. Whether you love them or hate them, it's hard to deny the enduring impact that neckties and or bow ties have had on men's fashion, from their humble beginnings as Croatian mercenaries' uniforms to their current status as fashion staples these accessories have come a long way. Simple and sweet. We start off 2023 simple and sweet. That's it for today's episode of What Came Up. I hope that you enjoyed learning about the history of the necktie and bow tie. Join me next time as we delve into the etymology of another everyday thing. I've been your host, Deej Penhollow. Thanks for listening.